Hey, welcome back to Anime Deconstructed. This is the collectible segment, and we are talking about one little feature that I forgot to discuss, or didn't have time to discuss rather earlier on, and that was cleaning your model parts before you actually start your build. Here's what you do. Okay. I'm going to move my camera over.
It actually melts down the
I'm going to point it at my workspace, and we're going to get started. See, this is why I like my K400R. I can easily place it beside me, and that way I can use it whenever I need to. And there we have it. Okay, so this is basically what you do. You want to keep the components freely placed in a Tupperware container like this one. Alright, you can see that this has been through one cleaning, and now you can really see what you've done. So you can actually have a chance to see if the parts are free of any oil or grease that may have rubbed off from your hands, and it gives you a much better idea of what you're working with. This one seems to have a rattle. Maybe there's a part that was stuck inside. It was a little thruster. Here we go. So now it's nice and clean. Alright.
The part that you're working on, so you can actually use.
You can also see how the poly caps fit together. Sometimes if you're not careful, they don't line up properly, like this one. This one seems to have been squished a little bit. That's okay, I've got a bunch of spare poly caps, but if you're careful, you can probably actually fit it right back in. Just like so. And there you go. Oh, this is a good opportunity to show you again nub removal. I'll be doing that in a little while. But for now, here's the technique. Okay, so what you want to do, guys, is you want to take some water. Alright, I've got my glass of water here so I can show you. That's the easy thing about this. All you really need is your glass of water. You want to pour it in, and you want to add a little bit of soap. Okay, just like that. In my case, for the sake of this video, I've actually added the soap in beforehand, so the water is already soapy. There's some soap in there. What you do for that is you drop a drop of soap right at the bottom, you add your parts in, and then you've got this here. And what you do is you want to shake it up, just like so. You can actually do this part before you go to work in the morning if you like, and then what you do is you just leave this and you let it you let it take a nice little warm bath, if you will. Using warm water works a little bit better. Some people use cold water. Usually if you're using warm water, you're going to get better results with that. Okay, you want to leave this to soak in, let it clean out your parts properly. That's really important so that your primer adheres properly to the surface that you're going to be working with. So, actually I have a little bit of time, surprisingly, this morning. Ryan's running a little bit late. We're working on the Ford Festiva today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started. I'm going to be working on a part here from the Big Gun kit, and so I'm going to be deciding kind of what I'm going to do. So let's build. How do I want to do this? I think the nice way to do it is maybe this way, because my Microsoft LifeCam actually has a nice little angle where you can actually, what's the term I'm looking for? You can pretty much use this tab. Music there for you. Once again, thanks for music is coming through. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks of model here. Oh yeah, I see the levels you can hear. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm ready to get started. I'm also expecting a call, guys, so don't worry about that. I'll be on the phone for a bit as well during the call. So here we go. You can see that I've added some custom pieces here. There's a little bit of custom work that's gone in here. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it's nice and primed up, that it's ready to be painted beyond that point. Okay. So now this is a little bit tricky to prime. How am I going to prime this? Right. I think what I'm going to do, maybe the light needs to be a little bit brighter over here. This is a little bit better. So basically, I think what we're looking to do is maybe hit it with some primer from this angle, and then yeah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling up to priming this with spray primer, to be honest, guys. So let's break the rules a little bit. Why not? What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and prime this using just regular paint. Normally you're not really supposed to do this, but as I'm still sort of learning the ropes here on gunpla building, I'm still experimenting around with some techniques and doing that whole thing. So here we go. This is a technique that I described in my article. If you read my blog on projectbalance.com, you're going to notice that there's an article about getting started on my first kit, how I got started, so on and so forth, yada yada yada. Alright, so here we go. There's a little bit of thinner. Let's use a little bit more thinner. You see, if you're careful with this technique, the straw dropper technique, you can actually get very fine results. You see it's dropping just one drop at a time, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can actually measure it out if you're really looking to be very, very careful with your stuff. Oh, and here comes my call. I'm going to be on the phone. Just going to mute my audio, guys, for privacy, and I'll keep building. Really looking to be very, very careful with your stuff. Oh, and here comes my call. I'm going to be on the phone. Just going to mute my audio, guys, for privacy, and I'll keep building. Really looking to be very, very careful with your stuff. Oh, and here comes my call. I'm going to be on the phone. Just going to mute my audio, guys, for privacy, and I'll keep building. Really looking to be very, very careful.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night, erase all of these broken dreams and flight. And we'll up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight. And we'll
What? Sorry? What? Sorry? What? Sorry?
Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till our downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I'll take us back to times when lives were similar and times that all seemed easier. Don't be afraid, I'll be the one to guide you through this endless maze. Don't look so sad, your crying eyes won't dry. You've gotta drive with both headlights so we can see the world and we'll run away together like come close to me. I'll whisper in your ear the things that we could be. Come close to me. I'll drown us in the purple drapes that you were clothed in. We could live like royalty. I'll sing to you like a radio that's held beneath your window. Don't look so sad, your crying eyes won't dry. You've gotta drive with both headlights so we
Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Audio's back. Okay then. Just get some music going. You know what? I haven't heard DJ Zoltar's podcast in a while. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Audio's back. Okay. Okay, let's listen to some Subterranean. Just get some music going. You know what? I haven't heard DJ Zoltar's podcast in a while. Huh. Testing 1, 2, 3. What's going on with Zoltar? Audio's back. Okay, let's listen to some Subterranean. 4 years ago. Oh, I don't know why it sent me a SoundCloud. I meant to go to Mixcloud. Huh. There we go. Okay. Zoltar. Zoltar does his thing on Mixcloud now. What's going on with Zoltar? Okay. Subterranean 708. 708. Oh, I don't know why it's
Leave the planet Earth immediately.
They have been confirmed for takeoff.
I think it helps if I plug my earphones in. I've got my earphones.
If it doesn't send you to a psychiatrist, it'll send you at least to a mirror.
Escape from reality is usually costly. This one is free.
It seems to be related to the substructure of space.
Somebody's coming up.
I'm not sure how loud this is, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Okay, that's better. There's probably some echo coming from that other window that was open there. That's done.
Alien force from outer space that seeps into the human body and takes over.
I don't think this body's really a body. I think it's some kind of transport unit for something else altogether. The question is, what?
I saw him with my own eyes. He disintegrated himself into a beam of light and passed through the hall window without breaking.
He said that he wasn't human, that he was some other kind of being.
He's not from us. He's from outer space.
Alright guys, so we're going to get started and do some painting here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get out one cup. It's a nice clean one. You can get these cups at a lot of fast food restaurants actually that do little plastic cups. I think Wendy's has them. You can go and enjoy yourself a little Wendy's and bring back some cups. If you ask them nicely, they'll let you have a whole bunch. So. Okay. Here we go. And if you're wondering what I'm working with today, I'm working with Mr. Hobby White. I'm working with Mr. Hobby Thinner and Tamiya acrylic paint. Okay? So this one right here is Tamiya X33. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of tissue paper here. Wipe that off. Carry on. Okay, we've got 2 drops in there. This is bronze X33. Okay, so I went there 3 drops of thinner, all right, to 2 drops of paint. I'm actually working with this paint right here. So let's go ahead and move this stuff a little bit off to the side so that I can work on these ones right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly dab a little bit of alcohol on there to clean up the surface because it's been sitting out in the open for a little while. So for that I use these alcohol swabs. I like to keep my workspace nice and clean. So the way I do that is I keep a little thing nearby. Say, oh, this is 70% isopropyl, so you shouldn't use this too strongly. What you want to do is maybe just rub it on gently, just once. All right, and let it air dry. It's gonna let the paint kind of air dry over there. "70% isopropyl is actually so strong that it can start eating away at your paint if you're not careful. So it's just something to clean up the surface a little bit before you get down to the business of actually painting the darn thing. Alright, got a fresh brush out here. Now as you can see, this is the technique that I use. I like to dab off the excess on the edge of the cup. It's got a milk-like consistency pretty much. It's like milk. And off we go. Alright, so we're going to go in one direction. And just like so. Just like that. Dab it gently, you don't need to overdo it. You want to build it up layer by layer, guys. Just like so. And the edges, I'm just going to give them a dab. Don't let the paint go completely dry. You'll end up doing a dry brushing kind of situation. Unless you're looking to dry brush, keep your brush nice and moist. Alright, it's getting a little dry now. I'm going to rinse it off with some clean mineral spirits. The ones I was using before have gotten white and milky. We don't want that. I keep an extra empty paint bottle around, specifically so that I can deal with that. Okay? Keep your hands clean when you're working with that. Keep plenty of alcohol swabs in case you get a cut or you get something dirty on your hands. You don't want your hands getting all dirty. Okay, when you're working on this, make sure your work area is clean as can be and clear. Right now mine's a little bit cluttered up, so you might want to keep yours a little bit cleaner than I am if you can. Easier said than done. Alright, here we go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some more X20. Alright, so this is not X20, this is the Mr. Hobby version. Mr. Hobby doesn't use the same type of naming. This is just Mr. Hobby, Mr. Thinner. Okay. All right. Alright, the paint is getting a little dry. Now, what some people like to do is they like to reuse some thinner and just kind of wet it up a little bit. I don't really like doing this, but I want to save some time today, so I'm going to cut a little corner. Normally what I do, guys, is I'll actually drop some thinner in there, wipe it down with a cloth, empty that out, and carry on. Dude, go get food now because there's a delay. Alright, that was Devin checking in. Alright. Alright, so now that this is all painted up, I want to make sure that my brush stays clean. And I'm going to do that by cleaning it up here.
We started off Subterranean with new music from Gordy Sukhanov, Anomaly, the CJ Arts Underwater Tales remix. And who am I, you ask? I'm Zoltar, brother from another planet, welcoming you to Subterranean. Subterranean is part of the Planet Zoltar Broadcast Network. If you have any comments, any suggestions, any questions...
I'm going to crack a window, get some ventilation going.
Hit a brother up with an email, zoltar@planetzoltar.com. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Planet Zoltar. Facebook page is Planet Zoltar. If you want to check out some slam badass mix-ups, mixcloud.com. Zoltar Quasar. That's mixcloud.com/Zoltar Quasar. And please, if you're not already, follow me and repost my shows anywhere you like.
Okay, guys. Okay, these parts are more or less dry now. So what I'm going to do is leave these parts here. They're already dry. Alright, now I'm going to clean this out and so I can work with another paint color here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to drop a little bit of fluid in there. Alright. Now, what I've noticed is that the primer coverage is a little sketchy. So, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to work with some completely fresh stuff. Okay. What are one of these little paint bottles here? These paint bottles are great to work with. All you do is you get some thinner. You get your thinner in there, like so. You close this up, alright, and you have some thinner that you can work with. Okay, so my brush is nice and moist. Alright, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So, not quite clean, almost clean. Okay, that's better. There we go. Alright. So I actually have some good news for you guys. The sponsorship from Udisco Hobby came through today. That was a pretty nice little announcement that I wanted to point out. So they're actually inviting me over to Udisco, you know, the main store, so that I can pick up one of my airbrushes. So we're going to start off with a Skyward airbrush. It's going to be the first unit that we're going to be reviewing and using, and basing all of my tutorials on are going to be using the Skyward airbrush, and I believe I'll be using a Badger compressed air canister. So so that's pretty much the tools that I'm going to start off. It's going to be my first time doing you know, any kind of airbrushing, really. So it's all sort of new to me, and
This is subterranean.
all right. Oops, I haven't checked up on comments, if anybody's left any comments. Okay, haven't missed anything, that's fine then. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna get a nice little coverage there. There's a few spots where there's a little bit of coverage issues, but I think we're okay. It's looking good. Alright, I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to do some pre-shading on top of that. And that's going to give me a nice pre-shaded look. It's going to give me an idea of what I'm working with. I'm just thinking, have I done this in the wrong order? Yeah, actually I have. You're supposed to paint it black first and then paint it white on top of that. So that's okay. What it lets me do is it lets me kind of think and plan out how I want the coloring to work. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Let me see if I can kind of work that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my sketch pads out, and we're going to see if we can sketch out a little bit what we're going to be working with. Okay. And here we go. Alright. So what you want to do is reach for one of your graphic pens. When I'm sketching, I like to use one of my Sakura microns. Quite good. So essentially what you have here is you've got, now this is not going to be drawn to scale. I'm not particularly skilled at drawing, so okay, something like that. Alright.
Listening on Global Radio FM, and Rich in Jersey City, New Jersey. He's catching the show
actually
on
does that. Okay.
This is the new one from Adit Kiyor, Velocity, as we continue on Subterranean.
Okay, actually, now it reminds me of. See, when you take a little bit of time to plan out your builds, you end up with a much sort of happier overall result. So, because I'm a slow thinker, right? You got your fast thinkers, you got your slow thinkers. I'm a slow thinker, and it takes me some time to formulate my plan. Okay, this part is kind of all one piece, sort of thing. And then what happens is that this part comes down here, sort of like this, and then sort of like that. And then this kind of connects it this way. Okay? It's kind of an approximation. So like that, like that. Like that, like that. Something approximately like this. Okay, and then there's another piece over here, actually, technically. Okay, and then you have some more panels here. There's a panel here, like this. There's a panel like this. Then there's a panel like this. And it goes like that. And then it has some rivets. And this part here has got 4 rivets, like so. You got one here, and then one here. Alright. One interesting thing that I was looking to do was actually basically slice this part off over here. Okay. So that what we'd end up with is a panel that opens out. Okay. Maybe that's an angle of like 45 degrees. Okay. And so that's an interesting idea. It would require a slice. The cut would have to be made over here, over here, over here, and over here. Okay. So that's an interesting possibility. Certainly not very difficult to do. Just have to grab a saw and make that happen. All right. I could add a couple more rivets to it, but I don't want to overdo it. Let me think in terms of colors what I want. I guess what I could do is do the base in like a golden kind of bronze kind of color, right? That would be quite cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shade it. I could use color markers. I don't really know what my color markers are right now, so I'm just gonna. That could be like the gold leaf, maybe covered with some smoke. Okay. These are typically gold leaf, so let's stick with the standard spec. So are these. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe hit these with a Mr. Hobby paint pen. The same goes for these as well. Okay. Okay, use the same paints there. And I think I'm going to use the same for the rivets also. Okay, these are all going to be in gold leaf. I think what I'm going to do is make the back of this a little bit darker. Right, so maybe make this, well, let's see what it looks like. If I don't like it, we can always go for something else. Just like so. And then there's a nice little angle to this here. So I was thinking maybe having this in a darker color, like so. And then having this in a brighter color. Where else am I going to use black? I'm going to use it down here in this part here, the inferior part of the fairing. This part I wanted in kind of a strong metal. Alright? Maybe either a brass or a bronze or something like that. I haven't quite decided. Let me see what it looks like if I do it in gray. There's actually missing a detail here. Then you got one of these. And that whole thing here. And so what we're going to do is see how this looks like. I'm going to shade it up here. And there's actually a cut along this area here, like that. I think there's some kind of construction going on outside, so there's likely going to be a little bit of noise. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Okay, and what I wanted to do was to go with 3 contrasting panel colors. Alright, so let's have a look at what I was gonna do here. What I'd like to have is this one being in a sort of a heavier coppery brass, so I might do a blend of the two here for that one. Okay. And this is going to be maybe a titanium. Okay. And then maybe I'm going to do these in like a bronze titanium. And then this one can match with that one, so that could be titanium also. All-clad would be nice for these, actually. So if anybody who carries all-clad products is interested in a little sponsorship thing, being featured on the channel here, you're more than welcome. Now I was interested in doing these in a nice matte black, actually, so maybe native black. Or a blend of native black and flat black. Alright guys, nature calls. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I think I'm going to split up the live stream. I think what happens is that when you start live streaming on YouTube, you need to create a second live stream, otherwise the event is just going to keep getting extended or something like that. And so that seems to be the case. What I'm going to do is I think I can click on stop event somewhere, I would imagine. Or you just go events, and then you'd go new event, presumably new live event. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to stop streaming this event and go to a new live event when I pick it up again. Thanks for watching again, guys.